watching Action News Now. Breaking news.
Breaking news, we are following this fire in Upper Bidwell Park for you, so let's get right to it. Our Action News Now reporter Carmela Karcher is there on the ground. So Carmela, what can you tell us about this fire?
Esteban, I'm currently standing here in Upper Bidwell Park, and as you can see behind me, this is the park fire. You can see the glow. As I've been standing here for the past hour, it originally started on the right-hand side of the hill, and now it's completely gone over on the other side. As far as we know, and the latest update we got from CAL FIRE is that it's currently 15 acres. It's called the Park Fire, like I said. CAL FIRE and Chico Fire are responding to this. They're still trying to find the cause of the fire, but as you know, if you know Upper Bidwell Park and if you know Chico, there's a lot of dry fuel everywhere, which is making this very flammable and very dangerous. We don't know of any evacuations so far, but it is a little breezy. It's pretty smoky, as you can see. There's dust everywhere. Since I've been standing here, a bunch of dozers have been passing by me, kicking up dust, like I said, since it's been dry. Currently, there are 7 to 10 dozers up there right now. If you don't know Upper Bidwell Park, it's a very popular hiking area in Chico. I did hear a helicopter earlier today, but I haven't heard it since, so I'm not sure if that has to deal with this fire. But again, this fire is, the latest update we have is 15 acres, but we'll give you the latest information once we have it. Live in Chico, Carmela Karcher, Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Thank you, Carmela. Stay safe out there. And Carmela will stay out there at this fire, and we will bring you more when we can. And right now, we have Chico Fire Chief Standrich on the phone. So, Chief, I'm assuming that you're there on scene. Can you tell us what's going on? What are the efforts that you guys are doing right now?
We have a host of units up on Upper Bidwell. Fire started on the north side of Bear Hole and burned its way up to Upper Rim Park Trail. And we have several dozers up there, hand crews, multiple engines from Chico, as well as Butte unit, Butte Fire, CAL FIRE unit.
Yeah, and Chief, and I want to ask you, are there any evacuations in order right now, or is there anything the public needs to be aware about?
No, the fire has been contained on the upper part of the fire on the upper trail, and they're working the lower trail and hitting hot spots. Right now the winds have died down, so it's not pushing. So the crews are trying to get enough resources up there to contain it, hopefully without any major damage. We have an estimated, roughly speaking, about 250 acres, slow rate of spread.
Gotcha, Chief. Thank you. You answered my next question, which is just how big this fire is, because we continue to watch this glow grow over this hill. It went from, I believe it was 1 to 2 acres slow spread, then 15. Now we're hearing 250. That's right?
That's just a rough estimate based on expert experience.
Gotcha, Chief.
No geo point yet. I just asked the public to stay away from the park, and please don't call 911 if you see smoke or smell smoke. We're already aware of the fire.
Gotcha, Chief. Thank you. And we know that you and crews out there are working extremely hard to get this fire totally under control. Do you know which direction, if any, this fire is moving right now?
I do not.
Gotcha. And you said the wind has died down out there, which is great news. Is there any cause of this fire? Do you know of any cause of what might have sparked this?
No.
Gotcha. And of course, we're in the middle of this heat wave. How necessary is it for people to be aware of the conditions that could spark a fire just like this?
Extremely aware. Pay close attention to your activity. Human-caused fires are generally what cause these human activity in wildland-urban interface areas. So we ask the public to be very cognizant of their activities, no open fires, be cautious of doing any yard work after about 10 o'clock in the morning into the late evening.
Gotcha.
Let it cool down.
Got it, Chief. And one more question for you here. Should people near that area, should they be ready to evacuate just in case?
No.
Got it. It sounds like you guys have it under control over there, and I know you guys are working extremely hard, so we really appreciate this time, Chief. And I think that's it for all of these questions here. Anything else that you want to say to the folks at home? Anything else that you you feel we didn't touch on that you want to tell the public?
Not at this time.
Got it. Chief Standridge, thank you so very much for the time. And we will be back with Jason for your weather and more on this fire. So keep it right here on Action News Now at 11. And we are continuing to follow this fire in Upper Bidwell Park. And our Action News Now reporter, Carmela Karcher, she's been out there this entire time. So Carmela, do you have an update for us? We can continue to see the glow grow out there. What do you see out there?
Esteban, yes, I'm still out here in Upper Bidwell Park covering the park fire. Now, let me step out of the shot so you can see what I'm looking at. Now, currently, as you know, this started at 9:30 tonight. Chico Fire says it's about 250 acres so far, about estimated. Upper Park is now currently closed, but there are no evacuations as of now. Upper Bidwell Park, east of Chico, this is where this is happening. Chico fire crews and Cal Fire crews are on scene of the fire. It is close to Bear Hole. It's slightly windy right now. Nothing to be concerned about though, but it is very smoky, and as you know, Upper Bidwell Park has a lot of dry brush, so this is spreading pretty quickly, but like I said, the wind isn't a factor, it's more the dry brush. But as I said, Upper Bidwell Park is currently closed. Cal Fire and Chico Fire up here, and they're still trying to find the cause of the fire. Now, we will keep you updated with the latest information once we have it. Live in Chico, Carmela Karcher, Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Now, breaking news.
You're looking at breaking news this morning. Our team has eyes on this fire. We have the latest details. The park fire started at about 9:30 last night. It's burning in Upper Bidwell Park. Action News Now reporter Christian Lopez is there. Christian, what information have you learned so far?
Well, Linda, the fire has grown to 500 acres and it is burning right here behind me. Let me step out of the way and zoom in and show you what it looks like right now. You can actually see the smoke and you can still see some of the flames burning if I zoom right here closely. Now, if you take a look at this video, this is what the fire looked like when it broke out on Thursday near Bear Hole, in Upper Bidwell Park. And I just talked to Chico Fire Chief Steve Standridge a few minutes ago, who has been out here working with Cal Fire to get those flames out.
A containment over much of the fire right now. There may be areas that still have forward progress. The fire's laid down or run out of fuel in much of the containment area. And so now we're enhancing those in containment lines and extinguishing where we can.
He says the high fire danger conditions that we're going to see today could be a concern here if those winds pick up. And at this time, there are no evacuation orders, but we will let you know if that changes. Reporting live in Chico, Christian Lopez, Action News Now. Coverage you can count on.
Thank you, Christian, and we will be checking back with Christian regularly during our newscasts. Now we go to Court Klopping and the Storm Tracker Center tracking extreme heat and today's fire conditions.
Yeah, that's right, Linda. And I want to start off by taking a little bit of a deeper dive. Christian, of course, out there on the ground getting a live look at this fire right now. And this is where the satellite indicated hot spots are located. You can see that's in Upper Bidwell Park. And what we're going to be seeing as far as conditions go in that area this morning and what we're seeing right now, you can see current conditions 73 degrees in Chico at the moment. The good news, wind is light in the region, and we're seeing humidity. That's an issue, 22%. So it has not recovered well overnight into this morning. It is very dry out there early on today. And of course, it does feel like 73 because we don't have any wind chill to speak of.
We are following breaking news out of Chico this morning, a 500-acre fire in Upper Bidwell Park. It's called the Park Fire. There are no evacuations right now, no word on containment, though crews are making progress. Action News Now reporter Christian Lopez is in the park gathering new information. We'll go live to her in less than 3 minutes. We continue following breaking news, the park fire burning in Upper Bidwell Park. That's where we find Action News Now reporter Christian Lopez. Christian, is the fire threatening any homes right now?
Linda, right now there are no evacuation orders in place, and the fire is not threatening any structures. It is burning right here behind me. I'm going to step out of the way and zoom in here for you so I can show you what it looks like right now. You can see the smoke up there, and you can still see the flames burning, and firefighters are still out here battling this fire right now. Now, it has grown to 500 acres at this time, and I did talk to Chico Fire Chief Steve Standridge, who says that the conditions that we're going to see today could be a concern if those winds pick up, especially because it's going to be extremely dry out here. And again, like I mentioned, there are no evacuation orders right now. This is not threatening any homes. I am going to stay out here, and I'm going to keep getting the latest information from the Chico Fire Department and CAL FIRE, who are out here right now, so we can continue to bring you the very latest. For now, reporting live in Chico, Christian Lopez, Action News Now coverage you can count on.
Watching Action News Now. Breaking news.
We are still tracking that fire burning in Upper Bidwell Park. Take a look at how it looked just a few hours after it started, around 9:30 last night. We continue our coverage of the park fire, again in Upper Bidwell Park in Chico. Action News Now reporter Christian Lopez live at the scene. Christian, what are you seeing out there?
Linda, I can still see a lot of smoke and some flames out here. Let me show you what it looks like if I zoom in here for you. You can still see some smoke in the air, and if I zoom in even closer, you can see those flames burning, and there are also a lot of firefighters still out here battling these flames. Now, if you take a look at this video, you can see what the fire looked like when it broke out on Thursday near Bear Hole in Upper Bidwell Park, and I did talk to Chico Fire Chief Steve Standridge just a few minutes ago, who says that if the winds pick up today, that could cause big impacts.
Well, if it jumps containment due to winds, or if another fire starts outside the containment area for other reasons, it would just put an additional strain on fire resources.
And Chico Fire says that there will be several days of mop-up needed to make sure that a secondary fire doesn't break their containment. And at this time, there are no evacuation orders in place, but of course, we will let you know if that changes. Reporting live in Chico, Christian Lopez, Action News Now coverage you can count on.
Thank you, Christian. Overnight, the chief told us they were able to contain that fire at the Upper Rim Trail, and now they're working on everything below that. We're still tracking breaking news of fire burning in Upper Bidwell Park. Chico Fire says the flames have burned 500 acres, but crews are making progress, expanding their containment. Right now, there are no evacuation advisories. That fire sparked up around 9:30 last night. Firefighters are battling the park fire burning in Upper Bidwell Park. Christian Lopez live for us at the scene. Christian, do we know what caused that fire?
Linda, I just checked with the Chico Fire Department, and they tell me that they still don't know what caused this fire. And if you take a look at this video, you can see what the fire looked like when it broke out on Thursday. You can see all of those flames that broke out. This was near Bear Hole in Upper Bidwell Park. Now, I just talked to Chico Fire Chief Steve Standridge, who says that if the winds pick up today, that could cause big impacts when it comes to battling this fire. Out here, I am still seeing some smoke and some flames, but firefighters are making some good progress. And Chico Fire says that there will be several days of mop-up needed to make sure that a secondary fire doesn't break containment. And at this time, there are still no evacuation orders in place, but we will let you know if that changes. Reporting live in Chico, Christian Lopez, Action News Now coverage you can count on.
Action News Now. Breaking news.
You are looking at breaking news this morning. Our team has eyes on this, the park fire. We have the very latest details. That fire started at about 9:30 last night. It's burning in Upper Bidwell Park. Action News Now reporter Christian Lopez is there. Christian, what information have you learned so far?
Linda, the fire has grown to 500 acres, and it's burning right here behind me. And I'm going to step aside and zoom in for you so you can see what it looks like right now. You can still see some smoke, and if I zoom in here, you can still see some flames burning right there. If you take a look at this video, this is what the fire looked like when it broke out on Thursday night near Bear Hole in Upper Bidwell Park. And I did talk to Chico Fire Chief Steve Standridge a few minutes ago, who has been out here. His department has been working with CAL FIRE to get these flames out.
A containment over much of the fire right now. There may be areas that still have forward progress. The fire's laid down or run out of fuel in much of the containment area. And so now we're enhancing those in containment lines and extinguishing where we can.
And he says that these dry conditions that we're going to see today could be a concern, especially if those winds pick up. And right now there are no evacuation orders in place, but I am going to stay out here and I will let you know if that changes. Reporting live in Chico, Christian Lopez, Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
All right, good to see the difference between the flames from last night and the smoke from this morning. It does look like good progress on that fire. And we will check back with Christian throughout our newscast. Let's go to Court Kloppy now in the Storm Tracker Center, tracking extreme heat and fire conditions.
Yeah, Linda, and I want to take a look locally at what we're seeing in the area surrounding the Park Fire, and you can see that is burning in Upper Bidwell Park this morning. This is a look at where the satellite detected heat signatures are right now, and you can see that's mostly to the east of Horseshoe Lake. Now, as far as the current conditions I'm tracking for you, Chico right now 68 degrees. The good news, wind is light early on this morning. That means that fire is not really being spread by the wind. The bad news is humidity has not recovered well overnight, but it is up about 6% compared to a half an hour ago, and that is helped by those lighter winds that we are experiencing right now.
On the ground, tracking breaking news, a 500-acre fire in Upper Bidwell Park. We'll bring you details coming up. And we have another flex alert today because of the extreme heat. Court Kloppy is tracking all of it. You're looking at this morning's breaking news story, the Park Fire burning in Upper Bidwell Park in Chico. Around 3:30 this morning, CAL FIRE told us it's grown to 500 acres. It has improved a lot since this footage was taken. No evacuations have been ordered. We do have a reporter on the ground who will update us with a live report in just a moment.
You're watching Action News Now. Breaking news.
Breaking news, we're tracking that fire burning in Upper Bidwell Park. Take a look at how it looked just a few hours after it broke out last night. We continue our coverage of the Park Fire. Again, it's in Upper Bidwell Park in Chico. Action News Now reporter Christian Lopez live at the scene. Christian, what are you seeing out there?
Well, Linda, I'm right next to Horseshoe Lake, and I am seeing some smoke out here, and a lot of firefighters right here behind me, they're still working to put out this fire, but they are making some very good progress. If you take a look at this video, this is what the fire looked like when it started on Thursday. You can see all of those flames. This happened near Bear Hole in Upper Bidwell Park, and I did talk to the Chico Fire Department, who say that if the winds were to pick up today, that could impact this fire.
Well, if it jumps containment due to winds, or if another fire starts outside the containment area for other reasons, it would just put an additional strain on fire resources.
Chico Fire says that there will be several days of mop-up needed to make sure that a secondary fire doesn't break containment. At this time, there are no evacuation orders in place, and the cause is still under investigation. Reporting live in Chico, Christian Lopez, Action News Now, coverage you can count on.
We're still tracking breaking news. That fire burning in Upper Bidwell Park in Chico. Chico Fire says the flames have burned 500 acres, but crews are making good progress expanding containment. Right now, no evacuation advisories. We will continue to follow this story throughout the day on air and online at actionnewsnow.com.